God is showing you where you have to go. But how do you find the path? That's like asking, how can the eyes know where to look? If the mind is what guides the eyes, then what is guiding you? The question isn't how you find the path, because you are on a path. You just don't like it. You're insecure about it. You are clouded. Your judgment is clouded because you're listening to this person, that person, yourself. It's hazy. Your eyes aren't clear. But that's the real question. The question isn't how do I find the path? The question is who is guiding me? Ultimately, we're looking to find what is true for us. But if we're always searching out there for what's right for us, we are never going to find it. Everybody else is doing what's best for them, and you see their confidence, you see their security, you see that they seem to have it all figured out. And you say, well, I don't have that figured out, so it must be that way. And then you go that way, this doesn't feel right, and you keep going on the vicious cycle of insecurity because you're listening to your fears, you don't trust yourself, and you trust other people's confidence more than you. So really this boils down to a problem of self-trust. And not just self-trust, right? It's much deeper than that. This is a spiritual problem. It is trust in God and letting go and having full faith that what's in here is the right path, and having the courage to settle down all the other things, to simmer them down and to silence them so that you can actually listen. Listening to that inner voice inside of you. That is God. That is you tuning into the signal. That is your all-knowing power. That is when you actually relax and you sit and you feel good and you're in silence in your own spontaneous self, when there is no more ego performing, when it's just you fully. That is when your genius becomes alive, and that is when you tap in. That is when you tap in to the infinite, to the source of everything, to God. I love this Bible verse. It's, the eyes are the lamp of the body. If the eyes are clear, then the body will be full of light. That means that first you have to remove the veil from the eyes. You have to be able to see clearly. And if the eyes are clear, the body will be full of light. That means you are going to be glowing. You know when you see somebody glowing, right? They know where they're going. They have this strength, this charisma. They're no longer performing. They're not putting up a front. They're fully, spontaneously acting. It's like everything's instinctive. They just know. A problem arises, they know how to tackle it because they're not coming from a place of how would that person tackle it. It's more of like, I know how I will approach this. I know my process. And even if I don't know exactly the mechanics of how to do it, I know my internal compass, my own internal problem-solving mechanism of how to chip away at something, of how to slowly overcome this challenge, because they're tapped in. They're tapped into the infinite intelligence that is within all of us. And you've experienced it. Don't get me wrong. You're like, well, what is this infinite intelligence? Does a child ever think about them running around outside and playing with sticks and putting them together in figures? How do they come up with that? That's the imagination. That's them. They're fully in a tapped in cycle completely. Imagination, imaginary friends, everything comes up for them. Doesn't matter what it is. They are fully self-expression, spontaneous. It's like pure consciousness just spontaneously manifesting through them. That is a child. And we have to learn how to tap into that. That is curiosity. That's your childlike nature. That is you feeling good. Everything becomes a novelty. You're shocked. You're like, whoa, that's the best way to live. Imagine living a life where everything is dull. You're like, oh yeah, that again, bitter. See, the eyes. The eyes are the lamp of the body. You choose how you get to see as well. If you get to see the world as this magical playground, that you literally were dropped in this world and you can literally do whatever you want because all rules are self-imposed. All rules are societal rules. You can really do anything you want. You can literally just walk out of your house and run and never come back. You can actually just do that. And if you see the world in that way where there are no limits, I can literally do anything I want, whoa, reality completely changes, and the way that you see changes the way you feel. The eyes are clear, now the body's full of light. It's crazy, man. It's in the Bible, brother. So it's not how do I find the path, it's who is my guide. We have these different idols that we're listening to. But when you really start listening to God, you look towards God over all things. Look, whoever dies for me will have all life, but whoever dies for himself will lose it all. Goes something like that. I forgot how the verse went. But that's how you must think about it. You must look towards God because God is the only thing, the only one that can guide you. Nothing else. Your sight must be fixed on God. And when I say fixed, it's the full opening, the full faith that whatever comes through you, that spontaneous nature, that inkling, that curiosity, or the knowing that you know that this is what you have to do and this is your mission, having that sense of clarity, the eyes can see, that's where that inner confidence comes from. And that's when you can actually shut out the noise and focus. No longer will you get shiny object syndrome or different opportunities that come up or getting FOMO that you're missing out on different things because you know and you've settled and you've made peace with who you are and your guide and who is actually guiding you. This is my path. This is my guide. This is the way that I'm going. Sorry, everybody. This is where I'm headed. Who's coming with me? That's what you say. Because whenever people see that confidence in you, now you can say, who's coming with me? And that is the beauty of tapping in. It's not about locking in. There's this whole, trend of locking in, just lock in, which is great. I'm not saying you shouldn't lock in. But first, before you lock in, you gotta tap the fuck in, man. You gotta tap into the source. You gotta know what to lock into. And sometimes we're locking in too soon. We haven't tapped in. We're not in the source. The energy isn't coming through us yet. We're not inspired, right? And you have to figure out how you can tap in through meditation, through silence, letting go of distractions, the phone. It's really that simple. See, God doesn't make things complicated, right? It's the world that makes you think that you need a morning routine. You need to do a cold plunge and you need to meditate for 30 minutes and all those things actually do help. I'm not saying I do them myself. But to tap in really just takes a moment of silence with yourself and saying, 2 minutes. What do I really want? Who is guiding me? Can I let this inner voice just speak right now? Have you given yourself that time? And if you haven't, start there. Be still and know that I am God. It's that simple. That's in the Bible. Be still. God made it so simple for us. In stillness, that's where you find God. That's where you find the infinite. That's where you tap into source. And you deserve it, don't you think? Don't you think we all deserve that stillness? You deserve to give that to yourself because nobody else can give that to you. All right, my friend. That's what I got for you today. Love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.